We're live from the Bunker Studio in Red Books in the heart of sunny, little bit rainy Wexford town. You're listening to Wexford New People's Movement Radio. Are you on holidays? We're not. The government are, but sure. Why would they not be? It's not like there's a disaster happening and the whole country's coming to a standstill. No, don't worry about it. But everything else might be shutting down, but Steve Unicky is still here.
No,
How are you,
I'm
Steve?
Still kicking. Yeah.
Great, Steve.
How are you all doing?
I'm good, Steve. And Tony Bergen, the Director General of Wexford New People's Movement Radio, he's not on holidays. He's here, even though he's crippled with the old leprosy. He's after being in the hospital this morning. One of his legs fell off on the way in here, but he's still here, still manning the station, and taking all your calls and messages. If you go on to Wexford New People's Movement Radio's website, which is WNPMR.com, there's a chat feature there, and you can send us in messages, and you can ask about Tony's missing leg. And you can comment on the many things we'll be talking about tonight, including Sally Rooney's Normal People, book news, Gaslamp Fantasy, Dr. Unicky's Almanac, and we'll have an interview with Pat Lampert later on in the show, which we're really looking forward to.
We are, yeah.
So, Steve, will we jump straight into book news?
Let's do it.
Well, some good news. Red Books has been included on a list of the top 5 bookstores to visit in Ireland by Ireland Before You Die travel site. We're up.
Huge honor.
A huge honor.
Yeah.
A huge honor. We're up there with some big names.
I saw that. Yeah.
The Winding Stairs and Chapters from Dublin.
Yeah.
The Secret Bookshelf, a great bookshop in Carrickfergus, and the Antiquity Bookstore in Cork. God,
yeah.
I wasn't able to get that across.
We're in the heavy hitting league there.
It's great.
Yeah.
A great honor for us. So we're delighted with that one. In some not as good news, Jeff Bezos, long-time friend of the show,
yeah.
Great guy all around.
And long-term friend.
A long-term friend. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's in talks to buy a minority stake in Liverpool Football Club.
How ridiculous.
You, like me, might have thought that, somebody like Jeff Bezos, who has no heart and no soul, would have no reason, no interest in, football fandom. But obviously he sees some sort of a way to make more money.
Yeah.
Bezos, who has a fortune of $257 billion.
Yeah.
That, Steve, to put it into perspective, is the annual income of about 3.7 million Irish adults.
Yeah. That's not enough for him, though.
Bezos, who owns a $500 million super yacht, while having workers train drones to replace them in his slave warehouses, is looking to buy a share in Liverpool. Oh!
Yeah, that's
on
so
your Reds.
Nuts.
Yeah. So there we go. Jeff continues to buy up the world and no one does anything about it. The Booker Prize long list has just been announced. This is fresh off the news wires.
All right, let's hear about
Tony
it.
had to hop out the back and get a carrier pigeon to deliver this to him. It's brand new. The long list was announced in the last couple of hours. It's usually the Booker doesn't, but this year, for some reason, it's 13 books. 13 books have been chosen from 163 titles written in English and published in the UK and Ireland between the 1st of October 25 and the 30th of September 26. And great wide variety. I'll go through them there,
right,
Steve,
let's
if you bear with me.
Yeah,
we have The Shadow of the Object by Chloe Ardis. We have Switsy by Emma Klein. Helen of Nowhere by McKenna Goodman. This is one I'm really looking forward to. The End of Everything by John Harrison, who was a judge in 22. The Disappearers by Marlon James, another big name. Black Bag by Luke Kennard. The Renovation by Keenan O'Brien. May We Feed the King by Rebecca Perry. The Palm House by Gwendolyn Riley. The Things We Never Say by Elizabeth Strout, another huge name. Another big name is Douglas Stewart, who's on the list with John of John. All Them Dogs by Jamel White, and The Vivisectors by Missouri Williams. So those are the 13 titles.
Yeah. When's the short list going to come out?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
They'll give us just enough time to read these 13 books, I think, before
Yeah.
that. We've a couple of months still. The judges have been working. Do you know who one of the judges is this year?
No, who?
Are you familiar with Jarvis Cocker?
I'm not very familiar with
Well,
him.
he classifies himself as a writer these days, but he was the front man with Pulp in the 1990s, early noughties. Somebody who inspired our old friend Shane Hurley from Nerd Up.
Oh,
He
great.
told me that Jarvis Cocker was his hero growing up, and he used to have posters of him on his bedroom wall.
Well, that's cool.
That's cool. Now, we got inundated with emails and messages this week. We have a couple of messages coming in there, actually. Pippo says, I think I saw Tony's leg in the gutter opposite Boggins. Fionn says, yup, Tony. Pippo says, and chapters.
Joe
That's brilliant.
Cocker's son.
Joe Cocker's son.
Joe Cocker's son, yeah.
But so those messages are coming in, of course, on WNPMR.com. There's a chat feature there, and you can listen to the show live there as well, which I'm sure you are. And you can also listen back to our show and many other shows on the station. So go on there and send in a message. We've got a load of emails and messages on Facebook and Instagram over the week, Steve, because of our discussion about fan fiction.
Oh, yeah.
Last week,
yeah.
And I know you were very excited by that
I was sort of
clip from Jim Kirk's Mind that we read.
I kind of was like extremely embarrassed. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But I thought it might be a good idea to discuss a different obscure genre this week.
All right. What do you got?
Have you come across Gaslamp fantasy?
No.
Well, Gaslamp fantasy is a subgenre of historical fiction that blends recognizable 19th and early 20th century settings, usually Victorian or Edwardian, with overt magic and supernatural elements and steampunk.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. So common themes include gothic horror, spiritualism, and secret societies. And you've definitely come across some of these works, and you may not have known that they were Gaslamp fantasy. Notable works would include Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. If you know, that's an alternative history of the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah.
Where two magicians fight it out. Which Girl Genius is another one which actually coined the term Gaslamp fantasy. That's a graphic novel. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Alan Moore's Necronomicon are also graphic novels, and they both play on this heavily. I suppose Gaslamp fantasy, basically, there's no combustion engine, and steam trains, airships, and clock mechanisms continue to evolve and become very advanced, while there may also be magic and the occasional vampire. Often we see figures from Bram Stoker, Lovecraft, or Poe's works, and even themselves may pop up as characters, which Lovecraft does in quite a few of these. Maybe the best way to explain it is, imagine Red Book's show being Gaslamp fantasy.
Yeah, how would we run this operation here?
I think the studio here would be a labyrinth of brass pipes, hissing valves, ticking clocks, and towering bookshelves. Every microphone will be made of polished copper, and Tony will be a steam-powered, one-legged android. You would be professor of arcane literature.
Yeah.
You'd be wearing flight goggles, because you have to have your flight goggles because you're in your airship, and a long leather jacket. And I would be a werewolf. And that, Steve, is Gaslamp fantasy.
Okay, I'm getting a good picture of that.
So you're listening to the Red Book Show on Wexford New People's Movement Radio. Remember, you can send us a message in just to let us know anybody is listening. We're going to have a piece of music now, but after the break, Steve is going to get sleazy again, because we're going to be talking about Sally Rooney's 2018 hit Normal People. First off, here is Broadway Dreams by Karen Dunbar.